Terry Lynn, Traveling Artista. I have a quick tip for watercolorists. Here we go. So the trick is silver linings on a cloud. How do we get that? Normally I would do it freehand, but here I want to show you a little bit on how to do it. I'm going to sketch out a general shape of a cloud, kind of following this, but it's a cloud so it doesn't have to be exact. So you can see where I am going. Coming around, notice how I'm holding the pencil very loose, very far away. I'm not writing, I'm drawing it back here. I'm going to make the base of this a little more irregular. And maybe another little cloud coming up into here. Make it cloud shapes, fluffy and round and just fun. That's all I need. So at this point, I am going to get my brush and I want the edge of this cloud, the silver lining, to be right along the edge of this line that I've created here. I'm going to get some cobalt blue because this is a very bright sky. All right, and I want it wet. So I'm going to come with my brush and the tip of the brush is going to follow along that line, but not perfectly. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'll try to keep my hand out of the way. And I'm kind of skipping and allowing the brush to jiggle a little bit as I come down across. Pick up more paint. So the roughness of the paper and that irregular tip of the brush is going to create an irregularity on the edge of that cloud. Now I have to move quickly. Here's the other one. Notice how I turn the brush around so the point is up heading toward that other cloud. Blend this together before it gets dry. Don't want drying edges. A little more paint. Coming back around. See, so very quickly, I'm doing an outline. I'm painting around the cloud. It's very wet there. A little softer and lighter down here because we have the light of the sky. The blue changes slightly as we come closer to the horizon. But it's a brilliant blue sky. It's a beautiful sunny day, and we want that to show. So all we have now is the background of the sky behind those clouds. I'm just double checking things. If I want it to be a little blurry in spots, I can just take a clean brush, just water in it, and just touch along here and there. And then see how it will pull up some of that paint and it will blossom into that. Let's do a little bit up here because it's wet right there. And if I just lightly touch some of that into that blue, it'll come down naturally into the cloud area. To make it a little more natural. Because not all the silver linings are perfectly bright. Also, if I want for a little wispiness here and there, I can take my paper towel and just touch where it's still damp and lift some of that to create a wispiness. A lot of that depends on the pigment you're using as well. All right, now for the cloud. We're going to start. I'm taking burnt umber, French ultramarine blue, mixing them together here to create a really rich dark cloud area. A little more of that blue. Okay. And now we're going into the dark area of the cloud. So it's going to be a rather large area. I'm going to come into it rather quickly because I don't want any drying edges. But irregularly, I'm going to let the brush dance around, but not all the way to the edge because I want to keep that silver lining edge going on. A little irregular. See how I'm turning my brush so I can see where the tip of the brush is going. And I try to control that. Again, irregular, nice. Some up into this other cloud, a little more brown. Okay. Quickly, and let it blend together. I need some more darkness in that one. If I want, now I'm taking a hint of neutral tint and just dropping into the thicker part of the cloud in an irregular shape. We don't want a regular shape. Cleaning my brush. Now it's just a damp brush with clean water in it, and just closely getting a little closer to that white edge there. A little bit closer. So see how I've come to that silver lining edge from two directions, from the outside of the sky area, and then, oops, from the inside of the cloud area. And I've tried to make two distinctive colors to make it very obvious, quite obvious. Get a little more cloud depth in there. Just a little more. Just mix it into the brush. Let it come down into here. I've got a couple spots here where the paint skipped over the paper and left it much lighter. But that's okay, because that's areas where the sun is poking through a little bit more. The cloud's a little thinner there, so it's able to poke through. I'm going to drop a little variety. Just take a paper towel, twist it, make an interesting shape, blot it maybe here. See? And without too much work on our part, we have created a cloud with a nice silver lining on it.